On Global TV News Express, Presidency sets new rules for minister-citizen engagement meetings. In business, Nigeria joins European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, becomes 77th shareholder. On the foreign scene, Trump says Zelensky ready for Russia talks mineral deal. And in sports, LeBron James first player to surpass 50,000 points. Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm Uyi Agmofwebe, reminding our viewers that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our 247 broadcasts. The presidency has outlined new conditions for the quarterly stakeholder and citizens engagement meetings, emphasizing the federal government's commitment to transparency, inclusivity, and citizen participation in governance. The guidelines issued through the Central Delivery Coordination Units under the Office of the Special Advisor to the President on Policy and Coordination mandates stricter requirements for ministries to ensure these meetings serve as genuine platforms for public engagement. The unit says the engagement meetings were introduced as a deliverable for every ministry in response to President Bola Tinubu's directive that all ministers regularly communicate government initiatives, beneficial programs, and policies to the public. President Bola Tinubu has described former President Olusegun Obasanjo as an extraordinary leader and statesman whose contributions to Nigeria's development remain indelible. Tinubu stated that Obasanjo's regular interventions in national affairs, sometimes he says controversial, have helped shape public policies and put leaders in check. In a birthday tribute to mark Obasanjo's 80th birthday, Tinubu hailed the former president's decades-long service to the nation, acknowledging his role in shaping Nigeria's political landscape, both as a military and civilian leader. The Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions has rejected calls for live television coverage of the proceedings against the senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Chairman of the committee, Senator Neda Imasuen, disclosed these during an interview. It was reported that the Kogi lawmaker had called for live coverage of the committee's hearing over her clash with Senate President Godswill Akpabio on seat allocation. Meanwhile, the Senate Committee on Ethics and Privileges and Public Petitions has rescheduled the disciplinary proceeding against Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. The Kogi Central lawmaker clashed with the Senate President Godswill Akpabio on February 20 over seat allocation. Uduaghan rejected her assigned seat, defying Akpabio's order and repeatedly raising a point of order despite being overruled. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tugar, has argued that the international system, once considered a bedrock for global cooperation, is increasingly failing to meet the needs of many countries, particularly those in Africa. Tugar spoke at a Chatham House, focusing on Nigeria's evolving foreign policy and global aspirations. He pointed out that many African nations, including Nigeria, have long experienced challenges that the current international frameworks have struggled to address. Party supporters of the All Progressives Congress APC in Benue State have been encouraged to remain steadfast in their resolve to stand by the present administration in the state and Nigeria at large. State Governor Hyacinth Alia made the call while inaugurating the office of the political support group Livistar Support Initiative for Tinubu and Alia for 2027. Here is the report.
As the 2027 general election inches closer, political support groups are pitching tents ahead of the exercise. The inauguration of the Livistar Support Group for Tinubu and Alia 2027, according to Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia, is an opportunity for them to showcase solidarity and capacity in ensuring the success of the APC ahead of the election. Represented by the Deputy Governor, Sam Ode, Alia said he is overwhelmed with the show of acceptance by the people for him to consolidate on his mandate of delivering quality leadership, calling on the group not to relent in building their membership and database.
If you are a coordinator for presidential election or governorship election at this level, you are already a raw material that can be tapped. So your performance in your respective local governments will determine what will happen to you in 2027.
Convener of the group, Livinus Tar, explained that the agenda is to garner support for President Bola Tinubu and Governor Hyacinth Alia across all the 23 local government areas of the state. The event also featured the inauguration of coordinators for the 23 local government areas of the state and launch of a magazine to showcase achievements. Uyi Agmofwegbe.
Lagos State University has called for timely justice over the death of one of its recent graduates, Adedamola Ogunbode, popularly known as Hola. The university made a call in a statement issued by its Deputy Registrar and Coordinator, Center for Information and Public Relations, Oluwayemisi Thomas Onashile. Thomas Onashile said investigations by the security agencies revealed that the deceased's mutilated body was purportedly found buried in the compound of a popular church in the area. President of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, Afam Osigwe, has expressed worry over the deteriorating security situation in the southeast, highlighting rampant illegal detentions, extrajudicial killings, and human rights abuses. In an interview in Enugu, Osigwe condemned the developments, stating that they had led to the breakdown in law and order in the region. He condemned the practice of some magistrates without jurisdiction granting remand orders, leading to prolonged and unjust detentions. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo has highlighted the growing importance of civil defense in safeguarding human lives, supporting sustainable development, and protecting critical national assets and infrastructure. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, commemorated the 2025 International Civil Defense Day organization with a call for collective action, international cooperation, and community engagement in strengthening civil defense and disaster risk reduction efforts. Godwin Sunday was there for Global Television.
The International Civil Defense Day is observed globally on March the 1st. With this year's theme, a civil defense guarantee of security for population. The highlight of the day saw civil defense teams conducted large-scale emergency drills, showcasing their ability to respond to natural disasters, fires, and other crises. The Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, who was represented by Secretary of the Civil Defense, Correctional, Fire, and Immigration Board, Abdulmalik Jubri, emphasized the increasing frequency and severity of security threats worldwide and the need for collective action, international collaboration, cooperation, and community engagement in promoting civil defense and disaster risk management and reduction.
In the recent years, the world has witnessed an increase in the frequency and severity of security threats. This trend have highlighted the importance of civil defense in protecting human lives, promoting sustainable development, and promotion of protection of critical national assets.
The Commandant General of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Ahmed Audi, highlighted the importance of collaboration among security agencies and stakeholders to create a safe world, while reiterating the commitment of the Corps in protecting critical national infrastructure and strengthening physical security measures.
As civil defenders, we should be seen to be proactive rather than reactive. Hence, they need to work out modalities and develop strategies towards preventing threats and enhancing safety and security. This could be achieved by strengthening the existing security measures and engaging in risk awareness campaigns to educate the general public on measures and steps to adopt when faced or confronted by potential threats. In all this, the need for collaboration and synergy among security agencies and other critical stakeholders, including local and international bodies, becomes very, very imperative, especially by engaging in sharing of ideas, knowledge, expertise to make the world safer and more secured.
The high point of the event was the presentation of checks worth over 188 million to the families of more than 20 deceased officers as part of their insurance benefit. Godwin Sunday, reporting for Global Television News.
Thank you, Godwin. The Federal High Court sitting in Kaduna has ordered the temporary forfeiture of 1.37 billion naira allegedly diverted into the private accounts of Indo-Kaduna Mass Davy Nigeria Limited under the former Governor Nasir El-Rufai's government. The court also directed the applicant to publish a notice in any two national newspapers calling for persons, whether human, juristic, or artificial, having interest in the property to show cause in court why the movable property should not be permanently forfeited to the federal government. The ex parte order given by Justice G.M. Kabara on February 28, 2025 was sequel to the application filed on February 14, 2025. The Catholic Archbishop of Enugu Diocese, Most Reverend Callistus Onaga, has urged Nigerians to use the 2025 Lenten season to seek true repentance and shun evil. Onaga made the call in his Lenten message to Nigerians in Enugu. Lent is the 40-day fasting and praying period by Christians all over the world, leading to Easter celebration. The All Progressives Congress APC in Benue State has promised new and old members of the party of equal opportunities in building a stronger house. The state governor, Hyacinth Alia, made the emphasis at a ceremony to mark the defection where thousands of defectors from different political parties joined the ruling APC in Leso, Ushongo local government area of the state. Ogochukwu Mobuno has more.
The All Progressive Congress hierarchy under the leadership of the governor Hyacinth Alia arrived Leso, headquarters of the Ushongo local government area, where supporters gathered in demonstration of their support for the party. Deputy Governor Sam Ode, who represented the governor, while addressing the crowd of supporters, reaffirmed the commitment of the present administration to continue to align with policies and programs targeted at improving the well-being of the masses. He assured both old and new members of the party of equal opportunities for the overall development and good of the state.
That your own son is today a professor and is also on his way joining us in this game of politics to continue from where you stopped. We appreciate you. We are not unmindful of your contributions to the growth of democracy in this country.
Majority Leader of the Benue State House of Assembly, Sata Tisa, insisted that the Ushongo people have every cause to support the governor due to his love, as demonstrated by key appointments of their sons and daughters in the present administration, as well as numerous projects being witnessed in the area.
The coming of the governor here is a blessing. Permit me to invite testimony that we are working and representing our leader very well. And because the governor has come here, it's assurance to them that is in their interest.
Leader of the Dekamsis, Professor Kohol Lorem and others maintained that their decision to join the APC is due to the governor's style of leadership and promised to give their best to the party. APC Acting Chairman Dr. Benjamin Omale and the Chairman of the APC Elder Forum, Senator Barnabas Gemade, and other party stalwarts thanked the Dekampis for the bold step in joining the ruling party, urging them to team up with the governor to accelerate development in the state.
Today is not just an original
gathering is a strong and resounding statement of confidence in our great party. It is clear sign that the good people of Osongo local government area and Benue State at large are choosing progress, development, prosperity aligned with our APC party.
While we pay tribute to Governor Apereku and Reverend Father Moses Adazu, we miss no words whatsoever in stating very clearly that if we did not see Reverend Father Dr. Hyson Yomamalia as Governor of Benue State, we would never have known that governors can make progress for their people.
Supporters carried placards with various inscriptions demonstrating their support and solidarity for the governor and the APC. Ogochukwu Mobno reporting for Global Television News.
Thank you, Ogochukwu. In the meantime, Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia says vulnerable groups and communities are to receive more support from the state government in the areas of capacity building and provision of incentives to boost economic activities and drive empowerment. The governor disclosed these at the Thanksgiving service in honor of the Executive Secretary of the state's Emergency Management Agency, Dr. James Yopu, in Tambe Vandekia local government area of the state. Felicity Indere now reports.
The Thanksgiving service was in honor of the Executive Secretary of the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, Dr. James Yopu, and their son, the Executive Governor of Benue State, Hyacinth Alia, for the uncommon service being rendered to the state. Governor Hyacinth Alia, who acknowledged infrastructure and social support deficiency in the area, announced that the state government will install 2 500 kVA transformers in Tambe and 6 motorized boreholes in each of the 5 kindreds to solve the challenges of electricity and water. In order to provide a better future for vulnerable people, the governor donated 10 million naira to support 30 people with special needs in the area, in addition to providing them with 2 months intensive training. Paramount ruler of the Tiv Nation, His Royal Majesty Professor James Ayate and Most Reverend Isaac Dugu, encouraged the governor to ensure the implementation of the open grazing prohibition and ranches establishment law to check the influx of herders in Sankara, Kwandi and other parts of the state. The celebrant was filled with immense gratitude to God for his immeasurable blessings and protection.
Through my interaction with UN organizations, to have UN present in Benue State today. And so we are happy that. And then, Federal has launched Tribute Solution Action Plan, which will now direct us how to move this IDP to ancestral home. So these are the joy I am sharing today as well. That the IDP are met, if we meet them today, they will also be thanking God that Father Leah is doing well.
He also announced the adoption of an orphan whose parents were killed in the Kwande attacks as part of his humanitarian service to the society. At St. Margaret Catholic Church, Chichi, Tambe in Vanike local government area of the state. Felicity Ndere, Global TV News.
The National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure and the Nigerian Export Promotion Council have called for all Nigerians to support local manufacturers by patronizing made-in-Nigeria goods and services, noting that a negative perception remains a major obstacle to promoting indigenous products. Speaking at the Strategic Focus Group meeting on made-in-Nigeria products in Abeokuta, Ogun State, Babajide Sawyer from the agency's Lagos office stated that the engagement aligns with its mandate to drive economic growth through increased local patronage. Sawyer said the Focus Group meeting brings together stakeholders, the manufacturers, academia, SMEs, and industry leaders to explore ways to boost the productivity and acceptance of made-in-Nigeria products. This is Global Television, and you're watching the live broadcast of News Express with Uyi Agmofwebe. When the rest of the news returns shortly, Trump says Zelensky ready for Russia talks mineral deal. We have those details from the foreign scene as well as others from the world of business and sports for you. Do stay with us, everyone.
Do you know that Global Television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch Global Television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to Global Television.
The second part of the news broadcast returns now with business, where Nigeria has officially joined the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development as its 77th shareholder, marking a significant milestone in the country's economic trajectory. In April 2024, Nigeria had submitted its application to join the bank, which the European Bank for the Reconstruction and Development Board of Governors approved in May of the same year. This membership follows a pivotal decision made at the European Bank's 2023 annual meeting in Samarkand, where an amendment to the agreement establishing it was approved. The Nigerian Railway Corporation (NRC) has announced a comprehensive reform plan aimed at transforming the country's rail sector within the next 5 years, with a long-term vision of achieving global standards within this generation. The managing director of the corporation, Dr. Kayode Opiefa, stated this during a meeting with the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority. Opiefa said the current administration is committed to transforming the nation's rail infrastructure under its renewed hope agenda. Bank customers are expressing dissatisfaction as the Central Bank of Nigeria's new withdrawal charges took effect on Saturday, March 1, 2025. Under the revised fee structure, commercial banks are now charging customers 100 naira per 20,000 naira withdrawal from on-site automated teller machines (ATMs) and 600 naira for off-site ATM withdrawals. On a foreign scene, the Delhi High Court says a British man detained in India for 6 years without trial over a high-profile corruption case must now be released on bail. Christian James Mitchell, an arms consultant, is accused of bribing Indian officials to win a multi-million-dollar helicopter contract for British-Italian defense company AgustaWestland. He denies the charge. President Donald Trump says the Islamic State's operative who allegedly planned their 2021 seaside bombing outside Kabul airport during the chaotic U.S. military withdrawal has been arrested. The bomber detonated a device among packed crowds as they tried to flee Afghanistan, killing 170 Afghans and 13 U.S. troops securing the perimeter days after the Taliban seized control of the capital. In his first address to Congress since returning to the White House for a second term, Trump announced that Pakistan had assisted in the arrest of the top terrorist responsible for the atrocity. Now time to take it straight to sport, where teenage fencing sensation Nkosi Brew has secured Nigeria's first medal at the ongoing 2025 African Junior Fencing Championships in Luanda, Angola. The grandson of the former Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Odora Kunyele, Bro recently displayed his growing talent at the Almaty Saber FIE Junior World Cup held from February 14 to 16 before heading to Angola to clinch a medal for Nigeria. As we end Global TV News Express, a quick look at some of our top stories. The presidency has outlined new conditions for the quarterly stakeholder and citizens engagement meetings, emphasizing the federal government's commitment to transparency, inclusivity, and citizen participation in governance. In business, Nigeria has officially joined the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development as its 77th shareholder. On the foreign scene, U.S. President Donald Trump says Ukraine's leader, Volodymyr Zelensky, has told him Kiev is ready for talks with Russia. And in sports, LeBron James has become the first player in NBA history to score 50,000 combined points. And that's your News Express. A quick reminder that we are on DSTV channel 365, start times 276, and free to air all night concerts. Use our handle at Global TV NG to follow and engage with us across social media platforms. Remember to download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices so you can keep track of our 247 broadcast time. We are Agmo Fuegbe thanking you especially for watching. We will see you again